Hi, I'm David Weegenaar. I've got my reading specs on. These are reading specs. Look, I'm not here to say to anyone out there that I'm a champion at Sudoku. I'm only a novice. But here is a problem I've got from a crossword book. I have to put my specs on now. But anyway, here is a problem that is out of a crossword type puzzle book that I've come across. It's neither hard nor easy, and I've already completed it in the actual article, in the actual book. But I think it's a good one to just show how we can just work these sorts of things out. Now, the funny thing about me in this and other games, even chess, is, which I don't say I'm the best at either, I'm just a good chess player from New Zealand in Christchurch. So I compete at national events and that sort of thing, mainly in the A grade, and that doesn't mean I play like an A grader, but I play in the A grade. And in particular, I'm very, very good at lightning speed chess sort of thing. So here we go. I'm going to just give you my breakdown of this game here, and so I'm going to restart the game. So we restart it, and this is the beginning position in the book. And I like Sudoku because of a few things. It teaches me basically that I can't do more than one thing at a time. And no, I'm not from the poker casino. I've picked this top up, even though some people might think I'm good at poker. I wouldn't be able to play poker to save myself. I can play Cluedo okay, and I can keep a straight face with my brother. In the old days, I used to play my brother in Sudoku. Now we're going to have to start this again, so I've rambled a bit more. So I'm just saying, this Sudoku in particular thereof teaches me that I have to look out for the basics, because I miss them. So because of that, it helps me with my given game of chess whenever I play that, wherever and whenever I play that. And I can't talk too much during the game either, because it's not good for my concentration, especially, or my focus, especially at this age. So here we go. I'm going to restart the game, and then I'm just going to find the basics, which is really, really good for me to do. And so I hope you enjoy this wee session on Sudoku. I'm just going to check for any, pardon the pun, I'm going to check for any obvious moves without filling in the gaps of possibilities. Here we know a 5 is here because a 5 is long here, and so a 5 is going to have to be here. So we know that that's definitely not a 5 there because the 5's there. So we know the 5's going to be along here, so we know the 5's here are going to be here. Okay, so without rambling too much, which I'm prone to do, here's a 6. There's an obvious 6. I hope you can see that. So I'm hoping that my wee little session, I hope to keep it short, is helpful. There's an obvious 7. I'm not going to go into detail. And here's another 7. Okay, and I don't want to go into detail. We know that the 7's here and a 7 is here. Okay, so we know a 7's up here because the 7 can only be here. So that goes up there, of course, and that goes across there, the 7 up here. So we know the 7's there, and as I've said, I've already completed this, but I think it's quite instructional. We know that a 1 isn't there, so we could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know that that is a 3 there. That's the only number that can go in there. So I hope that helps thus far. Now we know there's a 3 here or here, and 3's of course here or here or here or here. And a 3 here, 3's here in this vicinity, 3's in this vicinity here. So we don't want to look at those sorts of things. Now I can see an obvious one is 5 here, and then we have a 1 here because the 5 can't go there. So we know this is a 5 here and here, but I'm not going to pencil in the possibilities. We know a 1 is here or here, and that sort of thing. Okay, and a 1 is here and here. But at the moment we don't know whether this 1 is here, here, or here, or here, or here, or here, sort of thing. So I will just scan with my limited vision the if there's any obvious, what the Dutch call closures or sleutels, which is keys in Dutch, to finish the or finalize the line or the box, because they are the sorts of things I miss. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know that that's a 4 here because the 9 can't go there. And so this helps me in finding the basics. Not to say that Sudoku is basic, far from it. I find it very, very, very good and hard to play. And please let me reiterate, I do not say I'm brilliant or anything like that at this game, but I do even instruct my mother on how to play it, because she looks at it and she said, I got no head for it, I don't know what to do. And I say, well, you know, no one has to see you playing this game, Mum, out of the Otago Daily Times. No one has to see it. You can just do it in private. And if you make a muck up of it, who cares? Nothing's going to happen. No bridge is going to fall down or something like that. So anyway, that's my rambling. So please do not hear me thinking or saying anything to the contrary of what I'm trying to say here. I'm actually very low in confidence in chess too as well. We know this is an 8 across here, and an 8 can only go there. So it's very, very easy on the computer to do it. Not that the computer is doing the moves for me. We know an 8 is here and here, and an 8 can only go here, so this 8 is here. Okay? Now we're closing in a little bit here. This is I've watched the world champions at Sudoku and how they play. They look for a collection of a lot of numbers and they home in on that. Now I look for the weaknesses of so forth. And I'm not even showing what I wanted to show, which is something I really like about it, is that where, say, I can only put a 3 here and here, which I can, and a 3 can only go in these squares here, I like to find that this one, even though it's filled in already, is a 3. Now that brings me to an obvious one. See, I missed the obvious. 3, and then we've got 1. And now we know this is a 1, and so we can close this one up with a 5. Okay, and we know 5's here and 5 is here. Okay, so we know a 5 cannot be here and here or here because there's already these spaces. I'll just pencil these in. So we know a 5 has to be along here somewhere, otherwise there's no representation for a 5. So this is what I want to show you. This is what I like about Sudoku, is knocking out the possibilities. So we'll take the pencils out again. So as you would appreciate, 5s cannot go here, of course, for that 5 there, or here, because these two in the same line cancel each other out for having a second 5 on the same row, or as it's put in chess, the same rank, not file. So now we know a 5 is here, and a 5 is somewhere around these squares and these squares, but we cannot determine whether these are the 5 here or here or here or in here unless I look at my score of the game I played before. So we know a 1 is here or here, and a 1 is here or here or here, but we know 1s are here. So we can pick on the kind of weakness, as the world champions say, which we can all learn off, of course, the way they think about this game. So I just have to go through this again. Here's a 6. You can see that that's clearly a 6. There's no chance of putting it anywhere else. That's a 6. This is a 6. So you can home in quite quickly to clearing up all the 6s, and I believe all the 6s are now done. We can pick on 7 now, see if there's any 7s immediately available to our eyes, which there doesn't seem to be a clear indication of same. We know that 7s are here and 7s are here. 8s, 9s, and it does help, of course, to have it over the computer. Not that the computer is playing or finding the moves for me. This area here was the last part of the game I filled in, and I think the last number was 4, which was, funnily enough, the hardest number to fill in here. Here we have a 1, a 1, and a 1. So we've got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We've got all the 1s. The 1s have it. 2, we can't place any down here, of course. So 2s can go here and here and here, and here and here and here and here, blah blah blah. So, but 4s, I'll show you, 4s were difficult to find, but that one isn't. That one's obviously there because it can't go anywhere else. You can check the same, and the computer will mark me at the end too. 5. So now we know 5 can only be here and here and here and here. 6, and I've gone into the 12-minute bracket, I believe, but that's okay. I hope you don't mind, because it takes me a while to do it. That's quite funny, really, isn't it? 7. Because I can laugh at myself, because I really do have problems with confidence, even in chess. Now here what have we got? A clear 9 here somewhere? No. Have we got clear 9? Other than here and here and here and here and here and here. Blah 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 blah. So if 9s could only go here and here and here and here, then we know that's a 9, because they can't have more than 2 in the same line, of course. So I'm just going to go over them again. 1, we've done 2, is looking quite weak, but not dramatically. 3, 4, again the hardest number at the end to find. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're back to the drawing board, sorry. So shall I peek? I won't peek. I better not. At the solution that I've worked out already. So now we can just start eradicating moves. We've got 2 and 3 that is possible in here. So there are the 2 numbers here, and we've got 2 down here, and we've got 3 here and here. And 3, so 2 and 3, 2 can't go there of course, so we can pick on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not possible, so we'll go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can only go in there, so we know that that is a 2 here. So that means this is a 2. Okay, very simply. This is a 2, and this is a 3, and I really honestly did not, you'll have to just take my word for it, I honestly did not look at the score, but it looks like I did, doesn't it? And then I just remembered that there was this 9 here, and I remembered that that was a wee key to solving this one. I hope I haven't put too many 5s in there. Now we're going to come up to obvious moves. Now this is sadly something I struggle with, even when I've got a basic move to play in chess, and or else looking out for a basic blunder in chess. So I'm just going to look for the closures. Here we've got 2 here. Duh. It's like that. And here we've got, but so it's actually really good. It's like Sudoku. It's like Luxa for me is very good for my chess, as it teaches me to look for the basics and not basically to talk in the game. If I start talking or thinking about something else or concentrating on something else, my game falls to pieces. Do! That's what it does. Here's the 4s. This is the end of the game. So you could, if you haven't already, cut off from here. Okay, I hope that helps you with your Sudoku. Please let me reiterate that I'm not a champion or anything like that at Sudoku. I'm quite a novice. Okay, I can take these off now and just look at you without my sunglasses on. They're only sunglasses, they're not really real glasses.